Good evening. This is Profile. I guarantee that you've been influenced or affected in some way by today's guest, a storyteller and a message shaper and carrier through musical compositions and arrangements, through the use of a most versatile and arresting voice, and through the sheer brilliance, energy, and dexterity of a drummer par excellence. You'll find Asley Cooper's profile a most compelling story. Who's that? Oh, well, you may know him as Grub Cooper. Let me tell you, I brought my guest here, Grub Cooper, who's a drummer, and he couldn't go anywhere without his drumsticks, so that's why all of this is happening. Grub, you were born on Boxing Day, 1948, a time of celebration because you have the Christmas holidays and the New Year's, but soon after your birth, something went wrong. What went wrong?
Well, first of all, let me say thanks for having me here. Okay, it's been a long journey, really. And when I was born, I always tease people that, hey, Boxing Day came around when I was born. It's not really true, but, you know, the thing about it is that my home situation, I knew very little about it. But the thing about it was that I did know at an early age that something was wrong with my vision. I was born with what they call congenital cataract. Myself and my bigger brother Conroy. It's a type of cataract, you know, that you scrape off the thing. You have some that you have an object that grows in there like a little pea grain or something. My home was one of them nice places, quote unquote. People would say, yeah, you're born in luxury, which was kind of true, because every imaginary luxury item at the time which was available in Jamaica was at my house. I mean, my father had a Air model Buick when I was born.
What?
Well, little later than that, actually. He had, each year he would change his car. And I remember the first recollection when I was maybe 3, and he had a Buick. A nice Buick, you know, nice whatever. And he had everything. I mean, he had a couple of trucks parked in the yard, Fargo trucks. We had a thing they call an ice chest. Young people don't know about that. But it's exactly like a refrigerator. Same design, but it had, you put ice in it so it could keep things cool, and then you have an outlet that goes underneath the ground and let the water out. I had not only gramophone, we had the electric, the record players just came around. So it was all the kind of luxuries that existed then. So most people wouldn't have had a electric record player or an ice chest, in other words, or nor a Buick, nor Fargo trucks parked in the yard.
But somehow something went wrong after all of what you just shared with us.
Right. What transpired after a while, it's hard to piece in the time frames together, but I would imagine it would be within a, when I turned about 4 or 5, some disruptions happened on the home front.
What do you mean by disruptions?
Well, okay, remember being born in luxury, everything seemed all right. My sisters used to go to Catholic school in Linstead and all of that. My father, he was a legal clerk or clerk, I don't know what your pronunciation. I don't know what is technically correct. And
don't worry about that.
Right.
Let's tell your story.
Right, and he also had a meat business where we did employ people, and he did a meat business in the market in Linstead. He had lots of property and everything, so everything was okay. Had bees, whip of bees, we have enough honey, we had 10 acres of land with every fruit tree. What could go wrong? Basically, I think what happened was that my daddy was a womanizer. And that's how I can put it bluntly. 68 children is a lot.
Excuse me?
I said 68 children is a lot.
68?
Yes, and probably there's more. But my mother gave me that figure, so I believe her.
So he left your home?
He
What
didn't
did
go
he
to
do?
war, no man. He was in home when he carried on with all his antics. But one thing I would tell you, back in the day, he would take care of all his children. You know, because he would send out one of the guys, one of my brothers on bicycle, and him send out the maintenance money every weekend. So make sure you drop it. So I'm driving all around the environs at Linstead and B-side and Rary, dropping off money. He made sure they were okay, you know.
So he lived with your mother? He lived with your family?
Yes, he did. He was head of the household, and he actually met my mother, I think, in the market. And to cut a long story short, he went home and kind of asked permission of her mother, my mother's mother. Say, well, him like this world, you know. And she was young, innocent, and everything. So he took her into our house, and the rest is history. Strange enough, in growing up, I always had like maybe 2 helpers at my house at any given time. She was just staying because she was nice, I suspect. I don't know if she did much work there, but, well, she had children, you know, after a while. But
So
the strangest thing about it, they were never married.
So he took her to the house.
That's correct.
As his lady or as a helper? Which was it?
I'm not certain.
You're
Could be a little bit of both, right?
All right.
I don't know.
How many children did he have with your mother?
About 8 children.
Where did you fall in the lineup?
I am second to last. My big sister Faye, then there was a brother called Milton, I think. He died. I'm not sure if he was the one who was run over by the car. You know,
By your father's car?
yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
But I wasn't born then. But it's just one of those things. So that brother, another brother, and then Conroy came after that, and then Jean, and then myself, and then Lynthia.
Conroy and yourself are the 2 children who had severe eye problems.
Right.
What did that do to the family?
Didn't do anything in terms of the family itself. But for us, I never knew I had sense. To be honest, I never knew that because we didn't attend no school or not like that at the time. So it's after a while, you know, I never knew that anything was that drastically wrong. You don't really realize that you have any kind of birth defect or anything like that. You know, you just grow what you have. Just like when you're young and you don't know you're poor. But I think I did an early surgery. I'm not sure about that, to get rid of the cataract, you know, or try to, because the only surgery can deal with it. And so it was a thing, but the main problem was after I had to leave home because my mother took us from the home situation.
Your mother took you from where you were living with your
Right,
father.
let me tell you how that worked out.
Could I ask you, let's take a break, right? So when we come back, you're going to tell us about your mother taking you from the home with your father and how the story went
Unfolded,
on,
yeah.
you know.
Okay.
My guest is Grub Cooper, drummer, vocalist, arranger, composer, and he's telling us his story about the early days, and then we will carry on with the rest of his life when we continue. But we will have to finish up what the early days were like. This is Profile.